And here we go on our Hey Mary Kay edition of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast, our first post game week edition, or I guess in game week edition here, as the Browns have finally played a football game, and it was a thriller. Mary Kay in Carolina. And of course, we have a bunch of questions from our Football Insider subscribers off of this game. This is from the 216 area code. Hey, Mary Kay, will Stefanski keep playing Brissett if he continues to underperform? He played Mayfield through injuries and incompetence. Will he ignore Josh Dobbs and keep Jacoby Brissett on the field if he struggles?
Well, I don't know how long the leash is for Jacoby Brissett. It's hard to say. He's not their franchise quarterback. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not, what Baker Mayfield was supposed to be to this organization. So maybe the leash won't be quite as long. It was pretty darn long on Baker last year. I mean, too long, I thought. I think you are in agreement with me on that. I don't know. I don't think we should overestimate Joshua Dobbs either. I think probably in every town, but certainly in this one, everybody's in love with the backup quarterback, right?
Right.
I think you have to be careful about that. I think you have to be very careful. Joshua Dobbs has only attempted 17 NFL passes, and some of the stuff that we saw him do in the preseason, although just, if you were just evaluating it in a vacuum, you can see a lot of traits and skills that you like, but it was against third and fourth teamers. So you have to take that into account. And, even, Robert Saleh, with the Jets is going to run a very sophisticated, aggressive defense, one very much like the Browns run, because, we know that he and Joe Woods work together in San Francisco. So, nobody's going to make it easy on these guys. It looked slow developing. Am I right, Dan? I mean, didn't it just look slow developing? Now that he's heading into his second game, maybe things will move along quicker, but there were just times he held the ball too long, had to throw it away. It just didn't seem fast. They have to speed this up.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of that was Jacoby and I think a lot of it was Jacoby. Just it felt to me like the ball, he really hesitated unleashing the ball on deeper throws, as far as like there was a play where it looked like Njoku was running some kind of a seam or something. I never know what these routes are. He was running some kind of a seam route, and it looked like there was a window there where, a Deshaun Watson or even, Baker Mayfield, when he was sharp, is going to see it and recognize it and get the ball there. And Jacoby just wasn't doing that yesterday. He wasn't. It seemed like if it wasn't a short pass or a quick pass, like a screen or a swing or something, it wasn't going to get to a guy quickly if he was running a deeper route.
Yeah, and I think that Jacoby traditionally has not been an aggressive thrower when he goes through his reads, whereas Baker Mayfield never met a one-on-one opportunity downfield that he didn't take, right? I mean, if he sees a one-on-one 40 yards downfield, he's throwing that football. Jacoby's not like that. He's nowhere near as aggressive as Baker was in that regard. But they're going to need him to stretch the defense like that a little bit. They're going to need him to try to get the ball into the hands of some of their more explosive playmakers to the extent they can, or they're just going to get packed boxes and people are going to sit on their routes and things like that. So I do think that he should take a few more of those shots, but when he tried it, yes, you cannot hesitate. I mean, he really seemed to hesitate. But once again, as we mentioned before, I think the fact that he has that first one under his belt now, I think he feels pretty good about that game. And not necessarily the way that it started, but the way that it ended. Most of all, because it ended with a W. And so it gives you, a little bit of breathing room to go into the next game, and maybe you get a little quicker, a little bit more aggressive.